On this how-to video, we're going to cover how to set up a project inside of TaxExact. You basically have two areas where you can set up a project. If you find yourself on the main dashboard, as you see here, you can just go to the top right section to create a project. Alternatively, if you're in the client, or rather the project listing window, which is the second icon here, which can also be accessed from the main dashboard by clicking on all projects. If you find yourself here, you can also click on the top right section to create a project. A couple of things about creating projects inside of TaxExact. A project can be one of three things. It can be a return, an amendment, or a projection. Regardless of which type of project you choose, you're required to select the year and you're required to select the client. Now, keep in mind that in order to create a project for a client, the client profile must exist first. So if you're trying to create a project for a client that does not exist, be sure to go back to your client listing and add a client there first so that it becomes available in this section. So if I choose to create a project for Andrea Smith, I'm just choosing the type of project, the year. Should I want to initiate a status? That's my option here. If I'm ready to begin a validation process for this particular client, and if this is something I plan to do myself, I can assign it to myself or any other member of the team. And then as far as aliases go, it's an optional field, but it's one that becomes beneficial to designate possibly the level of difficulty or any other consideration that you might find this beneficial for. So at this point, once I click Create Project, I will now have this project created. So when I go back to both my project listing window, I will see that project sitting there. And also, if I were to go back to the main dashboard, that project will sit there as part of the global inventory of projects that now exist inside of the database. This concludes the lesson on how to create a project with TaxExact.